One-year deal for just over $1 million in Dallas. Dak is coming off a huge comeback while playing under the franchise tag. By the way, Cam is 31 years old and Dak is 27. Acho, which quarterback would you rather pay? Cam or Dak?
Let me pay Cam Newton, Marcellus, because you play to win the game.
So you picked Cam, you said?
I would rather pay Cam Newton.
You'd rather pay Cam Newton?
I'd rather pay Cam Newton because Cam Newton has shown me that he can at least get to the Super Bowl. Cam Newton has shown me that he can at least get to the big stage. Bucky Brooks was on a couple minutes back. I don't know.
He knocked the hell out of you, didn't he? You don't know what show this is.
Get up, Macho. Get up.
You ain't at ESPN no more. Wake up, bro.
Look, Cam Newton has shown me at least he can get to the big one. My coach always told me you can't win the lotto unless you buy a ticket. You can't win a Super Bowl unless you get to the game. Cam has showed me his highs are highs. Yes. His lows are a little bit lower. But Cam Newton's highs are highs. All I need Cam Newton to do is catch lightning in a bottle, and he showed me he can. Not only has he shown me on the field, but off the field, Cam Newton has reminded me of a character that has caught lightning himself. Marcellus, you brought this young man up before. My dog, Static Shock. Oh. You remember Static Shock? That cartoon they look the same. They got the same hair. They both black.
They look the same.
But they do look the same.
Racial.
Static Shock, when I was growing up, he engineered lightning himself. He could conjure up electricity. He was a cartoon, DC, I believe. Okay. But I'm not one of those DC Marvel dudes, so y'all don't cuss me out. Cam Newton has done the same thing. Remember, I don't need it anymore. Remember, 2015, he caught lightning, Marcellus, in a bottle. That's all he has to do for New England. That's all he has to do wherever he goes. For that reason, I'd rather pay Cam Newton.
Yeah, I'm on your same side. I'm with Cam Newton.
Right?
Yeah.
Marcellus?
I'm going to be real. Two reasons. One, Cam going to come cheaper than Dak Prescott is. Ooh, Dak's floor is going to be Cam's ceiling, just the way that Dak is playing the franchise tag and the way he has leverage in Dallas. He has him over the coals right now. But beyond that, it's because, not 2015, it's because Cam, for all things taken into consideration, is still raw, but can be refined. He had an opportunity to really show what that culmination would look like in 2018, but he got hurt. But let's talk about his coach that year in North Turner, who said, my whole deal is when Cam was healthy and we were there with him in 2018, we were 6-2. Look at the tape. He played his butt off. He was a beast. He's great. But then he got interrupted. He got hurt, and all of a sudden, everybody's lost the love for Cam Newton and his abilities. So that rawness that is still being developed to the tune of why is he hitting the ground running in New England? Because he's with Bill Belichick. It's not about catching lightning in a bottle. He's with the master of the universe. Bill Belichick is like, oh, with this ability, with this to work with, watch what I create. And that's why I would go with Cam Newton. On top of the fact that he's going to come cheaper because in a leverage moment, you're looking at a guy who's been in high leverage moments before and won negotiations I shouldn't have won. But I won them because I knew the options and I knew the leverage. They're going to sit across from a table from Cam Newton and be able to say, yeah, even if you make it through this season healthy, looking at your history, your injury concern, the style of play, all those things are going to make him come at a discount like it did this offseason, and I think that comes into play. We got to bring in our guy, Bucky. He's back. Look out, Acho. I know you're a little post-traumatic stress over there right now, but Bucky, which quarterback would you rather pay, Cam or Dak?
You know, this is tough because I love Cam Newton, and I think he is in a perfect situation in New England. He's going to get paid. But I'm going to go with Dak Prescott in this scenario, and this is why. He's 27 years old. You're the Dallas Cowboys. You know exactly what you have in Dak Prescott. You wanted to see if he could do it without the assistance of a top 5 offensive line, where he's doing it now. He just carved up the Atlanta Falcons, 450 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns. He did it with 2 undrafted offensive tackles who are, look, first and second year players. That's exactly what you want to see from a franchise player. And I know everyone would put it on Ezekiel Ellis in the backfield. He has a top running back. He has all of these weapons on the outside. But during the break, I heard you guys have a little conversation about Peyton Manning. And I'm not saying that Dak Prescott is Peyton Manning, but what I am saying is that Tony Dungy and Bill Polian surrounded Peyton Manning with high-end players, and what did Peyton Manning do? He played at a high level. And so when we look at Dak Prescott, and we talked about the amount of wins that he has, tied for 5th most in the league, the fact that he is sitting with the 3rd highest passer rating of non-first-round quarterback in NFL history, I think He has done it by every metric. Team success, individual success, pay him. I want to be my franchise quarterback because he also doesn't miss any games.
I didn't forget the punches that both these men threw at me in the C block at around, 3:30 Eastern time. I ain't forget these punches.
Okay.
So I'm going to get to you, Bucky. But first I got to get to the blaspheming man, Marcellus, because Marcellus talks out both sides of his mouth. And don't think I didn't forget, Marcellus. You praised Dak Prescott. You praised Dak Prescott. But now you choose Cam. Please, can we look at Marcellus again? Can we just take a quick gander at this Marcellus and the betrayal he is?
Now, who's had more big games in terms of 300-yard games? Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott. This dude is next level.
This man was singing for Dak. This man was singing for Dak. And now I'm going to call you Judas Wiley, because you were a traitor. You a traitor, Marcellus. So, boom, that's my first shot. But now that you, Bucky, this nonsense. Dak Prescott is Tony Romo. Tony Romo's a phenomenal announcer. He'll probably end up in the Hall of Fame as an announcer, calling plays, etc. But Tony Romo on the field, he didn't actually win a whole lot of games. Tony Romo to Dak Prescott, first 4 years as a starter. Romo 3 Pro Bowls, Dak 2 Pro Bowls. Playoff wins, they each had 1. Romo didn't end up with a lot of playoff wins. First 4 seasons as a starter. Tony Romo, 38 wins, Dak Prescott, 40 wins. Winning percentage, Tony Romo, 70%, Dak Prescott, 63%. We've seen this story before. We read the book. We saw the movie. I trashed the T-shirt because I have far too many T-shirts, but we got that T-shirt. We've seen this book. Dak Prescott, I wouldn't rather pay him because I know who Dak Prescott is. Dak Prescott's Tony Romo, very likable, not going to get in trouble off the field, highly respected individual. But are they going to win me the big game? No. They'll make some comeback plays that are miraculous. They'll make some great escapes that are miraculous. They may dominate the Giants and the Washington football team, but when push comes to shove, they're not going to win playoff games. And I need you, and I'm paying you to win playoff games. So that's your quick 2-piece. Bomb. No,
so you know what? I like that because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little honey on that biscuit because that's how
Deal for just over.
So here's what we're going to do. And it's not your fault, Acho, because you're part of a franchise where I sat up on that desk and I heard people say that Kyle Allen is a better player than Cam Newton. And I had to defend Cam Newton for almost a year and a half. That's what I heard. And then when I looked at the thing, and look, I don't want this to be a Twitter blurb that they put out there and they think that I'm disrespecting Cam Newton. But I think Cam Newton only has 3 winning seasons on his ledger. And so when I talk about this, what I'm talking about is long-term possibilities based on where we are now. 27 years of age, the way that Dak Prescott plays, the success that he is beginning to have when they're putting it all on him, yes, I'm willing to bet on Dak Prescott. And just remember, since we're talking about this franchise, speak for yourself, I think it was like a year or so ago that I said that Dak Prescott is going to be a $40 million player. Well, I'm up to ante. Based on what we've seen this year, $45 million is going to be the going rate. Dak Prescott is about to get paid, and paid in a major way.
Yes, he is. And dare you show one little clip, speaking of clips, and they put me out there in Cyberverse looking a damn mess when you know I love Dak, and I love Dak. But you know me, I'm all about my money, so I'm always trying to get the most but pay the least. Think about that. I know Dak Prescott's going to perform. I know Dak Prescott is a beast, but he is going to cost, like Bucky said, minimum of $40 million because of Deshaun Watson's deal. Minimum of 31 this year, 37 next year if they want to franchise him, and 54 if they franchise him again, but they won't. Okay, let him hit the open market. There he goes where Bucky said, 45 mil. That's what Dak's going to get. Meanwhile, I'm looking at this New England situation. I'm like, okay, I think Cam Newton and Dak Prescott right there. Cam has a lot more raw ability still that can be refined. So the ceiling may even be higher for Cam Newton. But guess what I do know? He ain't gonna cost the same. New England still held on to his rights. They have the franchise tag in a suppressed market next year because of cost. They think it's gonna be around $25 million for Cam Newton to stay a Patriot if they decide to franchise him. 25 or 45. That's where the conversation goes for me. Not necessarily performance, but price.